21 Savage is in straight-up meltdown mode after his wife Kiana allegedly came at Latto in a way fans are calling beyond messy. Word on the street is she didn't just check Latto, she allegedly tried to shut her down completely, and now Savage is losing it behind closed doors. Insiders say the rage inside his home has been so explosive it almost ripped the household apart, and the chaos is spilling out in real time. And here's where it gets even crazier. Just days before this storm, 21 Savage and Latto were spotted on vacation together, practically giving fans the confirmation they've been screaming about for years. People have speculated that 21's been creeping with Latto, and those cozy vacation pics lit up social media like wildfire. Now, with his wife allegedly stepping into this dangerous territory, Savage is being forced to pick a side in the most explosive way possible. What makes this even spicier is that Latto herself has always brushed off the rumors, while 21 tried to play the quiet card about his private life. But the internet never forgets. There have been whispers since at least 2020 linking him and Latto. Some fans even pulled up old lives and comments that hinted at something more than just friends. Now it's all coming back to haunt him. Kiana is proving she is not the one to mess with. She's been low-key for years, but when it comes to her marriage, she's stepping out strong. And it's clear she doesn't play about her man. The quiet ones are always the most dangerous. And right now, 21 Savage looks stuck in a love triangle that could explode at any moment. 21 Savage definitely seems to be playing with fire because he just got caught red-handed with Latto once again. The streets have been buzzing for years about these two having something going on, but up until now, people could always argue it was just rumors. Not anymore. Latto and 21 weren't just spotted together. They were bold enough to move like honeymooners on a full-blown vacation. Fans snapped pics of them looking way too cozy, and once those photos hit the net, it was game over. At this point, nobody's denying it anymore. There's clearly a connection between them. And word is, Kiana did not take it well, not one bit. Insiders claim that after those vacation pictures went viral, Kiana and her crew allegedly confronted Latto, and it wasn't just some light drama, it allegedly got physical. Reports say Latto may have walked away with bruises and scratches, and while details are fuzzy, people are saying she's lucky it didn't turn out worse. The talk is that Kiana felt Latto had been disrespecting her for too long, and she was ready to take action herself. But here's the twist that shocked everybody. 21 Savage wasn't even acting remorseful. Instead of pulling back or apologizing to keep the peace at home, insiders say he doubled down and didn't show Kiana the kind of regret people expected. That move only poured gasoline on the fire, leaving his marriage hanging by a thread while his name keeps getting tied tighter to Latto. Now the whole situation is spiraling into one of the messiest love triangles in hip-hop, and fans are glued to every update. Sources say things inside 21 Savage's home got so heated that he and Kiana nearly had a blowout that turned dangerous. Allegedly, he snapped on her for confronting Latto and even threatened divorce unless Kiana knew her place and stopped pressing him. Imagine that. He's the one accused of stepping out, but he's flipping the blame and putting pressure on his wife instead. And honestly, it might not be shocking to some fans, because for years there have been whispers that 21 didn't marry Kiana just for love. The talk is, he married her to secure his status in the US after his immigration troubles. Remember, back in 2019, ICE detained him over visa issues. And suddenly, not long after, he was married and building a family. The timing had people raising eyebrows. Now, the chatter in the streets is that having kids was part of making that marriage look stronger on paper. Fake marriages for visas are a serious federal crime, and if it were proven, deportation would have been a real possibility. Whether or not that's true, the rumors have stuck around for years, and they've only gotten louder now that Latto is back in the picture. What really turned heads was how quickly the Latto rumors started swirling right after his marriage. Fans dug up old vacation photos from both Latto and 21, and the backdrops looked suspiciously similar, like they were secretly traveling together while trying to keep things under wraps. To this day, people still circulate those snapshots as proof that this connection has been going on way longer than either of them will admit. Now, with Kiana allegedly being pushed to the edge and Latto still in the mix, the whispers about that marriage being more business than love are coming back harder than ever. That same Puerto Rican getaway had people online playing detective, and they pieced it together almost instantly. From the matching scenery to the lighting to the little background details, fans compared every pixel, and it was impossible to ignore. Once the internet locked in, the rumors snowballed, and the whispers that Latto and 21 were more than just friends turned into full-blown headlines. And that wasn't even the last time they slipped up. 21 Savage exposed himself in the messiest way possible with a post and delete on Instagram stories. He dropped a picture of Latto with the caption, "No makeup. Dang, you fine. It's only one way I can come about you." Twin fans didn't need more proof after that. The writing was on the wall. Everyone could see this wasn't just a casual friendship, it was something much deeper. Even people inside the industry were catching on. Rapper Dream Doll basically lit the match on the gossip fire with her track tryouts. She dropped a line that had everybody hitting rewind. And Mulatto, yeah, that's my little honey bun. Ask her how many times she came. She said 21, 21. That bar had people screaming because it sounded like confirmation wrapped in a diss. Now, fast forward to today. 21 allegedly blowing up on Kiana for going at Latto makes the whole situation even more twisted. Back when these first rumors were circling, he was keeping quiet, not because he was innocent, but because he couldn't afford the fallout. At that time, he still didn't have his green card, and Kiana was his ticket to security in the US. He couldn't just divorce her and run off with Latto even if he wanted to. That mix of legal drama, messy love triangle, and rap industry whispers turned this into way more than a rumor. It became a saga that fans have been following for years. If 21 Savage had admitted to anything back then, it could have blown his whole life up. Immigration fraud talk, possible deportation, and the end of his career in the US. So instead of owning up, he went the complete opposite direction. He denied ever having an affair with Latto and even acted offended by the very thought. But here's the thing. He didn't just brush it off once and let it fade. He made shutting that rumor down his personal mission. Anytime the subject came up, he came swinging with denials. Remember that heated moment on Clubhouse? He flat out said he never had anything to do with Latto and delivered it with so much conviction, fans almost believed him. There was nothing half-hearted about his response. He made it clear he thought the whole story was ridiculous and not even worth entertaining. And it didn't stop there. He carried that same energy into interviews and across social media, doubling down every single time people tried to spark it back up. No matter how many receipts fans thought they had, matching vacation pics, lyrics, Instagram slip-ups, 21 stayed locked in on his script, making sure the public heard him loud and clear.
For a long time, I don't do all the antics and shit. I don't got a celebrity girlfriend. I'm not finna be out everywhere. I'm not dropping music every other week. I'm not going on live talking about every other week.
The whispers only grew louder the more he denied, but it was obvious he was determined to bury the story before it could really catch fire. In another interview, 21 tried to shut the rumors down once again by confirming that he was married. He said, "I can't really tell you all that. You can't let him know everything. I'm happily in love. I'm married. I'm happy." That statement was bold, but it came with instant fallout. Latto unfollowed him on Instagram the same day, and for a moment, fans really thought she was done with him for good. But Latto clearly wasn't about to play the background forever. She gave off that bold side piece energy, because even after 21 publicly denied her, she went and got a tattoo of his real government name, Shaya, inked right behind her ear. Not a nickname, not an inside joke, but his full name straight off his birth certificate. There aren't many people named Shaya, so it was impossible to write it off as a coincidence. Fans were stunned. This was proof she wasn't just allegedly tied to him. The problem? Latto wasn't ready for how fast that tattoo was going to blow up online. Once the pictures hit the blogs, the backlash was insane. People clowned her for stamping herself with another woman's husband's name, and the narrative turned messy fast. According to industry insiders, Latto and her team even reached out to Jason Lee at Hollywood Unlocked, trying to clean up the mess. Word is, she was so desperate, she offered him money to take the photo down. That's extreme. But it showed just how much she didn't expect her bold move to spiral like this. Instead of making the situation fade, her scramble to erase the evidence made the drama even bigger. Fans clocked the desperation, and it only fueled the fire, keeping Latto, Kiana, and 21 locked in one of the messiest triangles the internet has ever seen.
Viral, and then I started getting calls from your team saying that you allegedly wanted to pay me to take it off of Hollywood Unlocked. And I wasn't going to remove it, but I asked my team to check to see if anybody else had posted. And although I think we posted it first, everybody started posting it. And then it became a thing where I think then she got, from what I understand, was unhappy with us not taking it down because no calls have been returned. I reached out to her team. We had a conversation about it or whatever.
This was the point where Kiana finally started putting her foot down, making it crystal clear that 21 was her man, her husband, and she wasn't about to let Latto or anyone else disrespect that. This is exactly where the messy drama with Latto started bubbling over, and it set the stage for why she allegedly came at Latto later on. Kiana felt Latto had gotten way too bold, and she wasn't letting that slide. But let's rewind for a second to how people even learned Kiana was married to 21 Savage in the first place, because that discovery was wild. For the longest time, fans didn't even know he had a wife. It all began when Kiana casually posted a dinner photo with a mystery man. She didn't tag him. She didn't show his face. Just a simple shot of the meal with someone sitting across from her. But the internet never misses a beat. Fans with eagle eyes zoomed in on one tiny detail, a phone case sitting on the table. At first, it seemed like nothing, but soon people started connecting the dots. That phone case looked very familiar, the same style that 21 Savage had been spotted with before. Once people put two and two together, the mystery man wasn't so mysterious anymore. That's when the narrative shifted. This wasn't some random fling or ex-girlfriend hiding in the shadows. This was the wife, the real deal, the woman with the ring. And honestly, a lot of fans believe Kiana may have purposely dropped those breadcrumbs. By letting just enough detail slip, she made it clear to Latto and the world. She wasn't a side character in 21's life. She was the one holding the title. One of the moments that really stood out in this whole saga was when Kiana openly showed love to 21 Savage's mom. She posted a heartfelt birthday message saying, "Happy birthday to the best mother-in-law a girl could ask for. I love you." It was a small gesture, but it spoke volumes. That post was Kiana letting the world know she wasn't just some shadow in 21's life. She was family. Now you'd think Latto would have seen that and backed off, right? Wrong. Instead of pulling back, Latto turned it all the way up. She allegedly threw shade at Kiana in a track, mocking her for staying with 21 despite all the cheating rumors. That move was bold, and fans immediately clocked it as a direct hit at Kiana.
You let them cheat and take them back, must be your only nigga. I get loud just like my weed. I don't watch my tone when
That diss seemed to be the final straw. And true to her low-key but calculated style, Kiana didn't jump online with a messy rant. She played it subtle but powerful. Her Instagram bio, which had once read Kiana Joseph, mother of two, suddenly changed to just mother of two. That tiny update sent shockwaves through social media. Fans instantly read it as a signal that she was done with 21, or at least seriously considering walking away after Latto's blatant disrespect. Reports claim she really was gearing up to leave him at that point, but behind the scenes, people said walking away could have put 21 in a terrible spot, legally and career-wise. Whether she stayed out of loyalty, strategy, or just patience, it was clear this love triangle had hit a breaking point. At the time, 21 still didn't have his green card, and if Kiana had walked away, it could have triggered serious problems with ICE. Talk about skating on thin ice, literally. Instead of leaving, Kiana called off the divorce and stayed by his side, which shocked a lot of fans. You'd think that loyalty would have made 21 step up and get his act together, right? Well, nope. Instead, he managed to make things even messier. Word is, he cheated not just on Kiana, but also on Latto, with an exotic dancer. And not just any fling. This was a private dancer situation. behind closed doors. The betrayal hit hard, and insiders say Latto was so furious that she allegedly had the dancer jumped. The story gets even darker. Rumors claimed that the dancer suffered a miscarriage after the altercation. That left the internet stunned, because here was Latto, who was already in a side piece situation, allegedly taking out her anger on someone else in a brutal way. Fans were quick to call it hypocrisy, asking, "How can you be mad about cheating when you're not even the main girl yourself?" But Latto didn't exactly keep quiet either. During a heated back and forth with a random TikToker, she even bragged about the incident indirectly. The TikToker had called her out, and Latto clapped back, writing, "Who you describing? 'Cause it's not me. Get off them T-pages. You losing your marbles." Last B spoke of my man on TikTok got whooped outside the club in the A. You read that too. That response sent social media into a frenzy, with people dissecting every word as if it was a confession. The irony of Latto going that far for a man who still wasn't publicly claiming her just made the whole saga even messier. Threatening someone on TikTok over lashes is wild enough, but what really had people talking was how Latto basically admitted, without saying it outright, that she had the dancer jumped, all because of 21 Savage. Once again, she went way over the top for a man who wouldn't even publicly claim her or acknowledge their so-called relationship. The desperation was showing, and the internet never let her forget it. And here's where karma circled back. Kiana allegedly decided to repay Latto the favor and came at her for messing with 21. If that's true, then the score got even messier. The irony? Latto, who was always quick to clown Kiana, was now the one crying to 21 about the drama. The audacity is unreal. Like, are you the side piece or are you the side piece? Now, here's the kicker. The reason 21 has suddenly been bold enough to rage at Kiana might be because he finally got his green card approved. For years, people speculated that Kiana was the one keeping him grounded legally in the US. But now that he's secure, does that mean he's ready to cut ties? Will he divorce Kiana and finally go public with Latto? Or is Latto destined to stay on the sidelines forever? One thing's for sure, this situation is explosive, and it's not cooling down anytime soon. 21 Savage is caught in the crossfire of a wife who allegedly went deadly on Latto. A side-piece battle spiraling out of control, and a fan base that's watching it all unfold in real time. Social media is lit, sides are being taken, and the receipts are dropping faster than ever. This isn't just celebrity gossip, it's a full-blown scandal that could shake 21 Savage's world to its core. So stay tuned, because whatever comes next might just be the wildest chapter yet. Make sure you like, share, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss the next update. Because trust me, this story isn't done. See you on the next one.